again, and welcome to this tape, which is part 2 of how to play She's Funny That Way by Rev Garin Davis. And you may remember that in the first lesson we had a look at the main melody, and in this one we're going to look at the turnaround sequence, which takes us from the end of the main melody back to the beginning again, and also look at one or two little embellishments, little bits of ornamentation that you'll also find in the playing of the piece. So to start off with, let's have a look at the chord sequence that you need for the turnaround, and I'm going to show you a diagram of that in just a moment, and then I'll go through slowly playing through the sequence, and you can have a close-up look at the fingering as I've got it anyway on the fingerboard, and then after that, as I say, we'll have a look at one or two embellishments. So I hope you enjoy the lesson. So at the start of the turnaround we're in G, and then with something like this. And what is happening here is that this bass string, the D string, we're walking down this D string by using this chord sequence. And at the same time, up here on the B string, we're coming up. And we're doing that simultaneously. So it's okay, so let's have a look at the first chord in the turnaround sequence. Here it is. And just to see how we finger this chord, we've got the second finger on the 6th string of the 3rd fret. We've got the first finger on the 5th string of the 2nd fret. We've got the 3rd finger on the 4th string at the 3rd fret. The 3rd and 2nd strings are left open, and then the little finger, the 4th finger or the pinky, is on the 1st string at the 3rd fret. And this little finger, or the 4th finger, is really the key to getting a smooth set of changes in this chord sequence, because as we move from one chord to the next, we want to keep this little finger on the fingerboard and use it as a kind of pivot, and also it anchors our hand, which makes it a bit easier for these fingers to find their way to the right positions for the next chord. So this is the first chord in the turnaround. Okay, so we're going to move from this first chord then to the second chord. So leaving the little finger on the fingerboard like this, we then move our hand like this. And the way I'm fingering this chord at the moment, I brought the thumb up to fret the 6th string at the 3rd fret. Then I have the 3rd finger on the 5th string at the 3rd fret. I have the 2nd finger on the 4th string at the 2nd fret. The 3rd string is left open. The 1st finger is on the 2nd string at the 1st fret. And the little finger, or the 4th finger, or the pinky, is on the 1st string at the 3rd fret. So here we go again. Now you may find it rather difficult to get the thumb up to fret up here, in which case we just leave it hanging around up here and just keep the 6th string silent. So just to see then again how we make the change, here's our first chord, and here's the change. Now for the 3rd chord in the sequence, this is perhaps the most difficult chord to finger, at least I found it that way. Again, we keep the little finger where it is, on the 1st string at the 3rd fret, and we then go as follows. Now the way I'm playing this, I'm leaving the 6th and 5th strings silent. Then I have my first finger on the 1st fret for the 4th string. I have my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret at the 3rd string. I have my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret for the 2nd string. And I have my little finger or 4th finger or pinky still there on the 1st string at the 3rd fret. And as you can probably see, this is basically a D7 shape that we would normally play down here, moved up 1 fret, and to keep everything nicely harmonic, we've just had to finger the 4th string here up at the 1st fret. So here we go, let's try all 3 of these. And then it's back to the G. So as we come out of the main melody, and then we'll go back to the D, ready to start again. Okay, so now to have a look at what the right hand is doing during this turnaround sequence. So here we come out of to the end of the main melody. So on that first chord, it's and then we're going to be plucking the 1st and 2nd strings and the 4th string together as we move through the sequence. So it's so it's not too difficult. So we'll just try that one more time. So that's, as I say, picking the 4th string and the 2nd and 1st strings together throughout that little turnaround sequence. Okay, well here's one other little embellishment that we might have a look at. As we're going through the main melody, put this little slide in, and what we're doing here is we're just sliding up with the second finger, second fret on the 5th string. We slide up to the 7th and then play the 4th open and then return back to the 6th. So the sequence is 2nd fret, 5th string up to the 7th, 4th string open, 6th string as fretted. As you can see. There's a couple more little variations that it might be worth just having a look at. So as we're playing through the main melody, when we get to the 4th run through, instead of moving on from here to the other main chords, we do a little run up this 5th string on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th fret, and then the open 4th while we're in the D chord, and then and so on. So there's a little run, so it comes like this. So we're in that D chord with the thumb up here on the 6th string, 2nd fret. And so on. Or we can double that run, so instead of going to that D chord, we in fact leave out, as it were, the last 2 chords of the main part of the melody, so we're going, and then we move onto the 4th string, open, same sequence, 2, 3, 4, and that takes us back to the G. So to put those together, well, that's all we've got time for with this lesson, so I hope you found it useful, and do remember there are several other lessons that you'll find on YouTube. If you have a look around on my channel, you'll find the information there, tunes by Mississippi John Hurt, among others. And well, good luck with the playing, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Bye for now.